Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game that just came out at Gen Con this year called The Hunger. The Hunger is a game from designer Richard Garfield of Magic the Gathering fame, came from New York, Tokyo, and publisher Renegade Games. Plays 2 to 6 players in about an hour, which is pretty accurate because it's a pretty quick game. In 2 players, we did a game in about 40 minutes. And what you're doing in this is you're taking on the role of a vampire. You're moving around this town. You're trying to hunt humans. You're trying to get blood. Blood is points. You may find some gold along the way. You may go to the cemetery to get some different missions. You may even make it to the labyrinth to score the magical, mythical rose. But effectively, it's a deck builder where you're moving around a board to try to end the game without burning up in the sun by making it back to the castle and having the most blood or points. That's enough talking about it. Let's go down to the table. Check it out. Alright, so here's a game of The Hunger, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to put the board out in the middle of the table. You can either pick the A side or the B side. The A side's a little friendlier, so that's what we're going to be playing on. Then you're going to put treasure chests on the appropriate treasure chest spaces. If the treasure chest is closed, it goes face down. If it's open, it goes face up. That's what these are. All that's been done. You're going to fill up the graveyards with mission cards based on the number. So this one has 5. All these have 5, 4, 6, and 6. 2 blood droplets at the castle. If you get back to the castle, put the 3 roses here. 2 public objectives. 3 random cards in the tavern. Then you're going to give each player a player board, which I've done here. I'm also using the promos with the special abilities. A deck of 6 cards of their starting cards, 2 missions that they'll choose from and pick one. We've done that. They're normally face down, but I have them face up just so we can see. Then you're going to put out the hunt board, which is going to be spaces of numbers players plus 1. So in a 2-player game, we're going to have 3. Put the moon on the 1, and then we'll flip a card out on each of the first 3 columns. And that's it. Then what we're going to do is shuffle our deck and draw 3 cards. Whoever has the highest speed will go last. Lowest speed goes first. So in this case, they have 7. I have 8. So purple is first. That's why they're on top at the starting space. All right, now let's go ahead and get playing. So purple is going to go. On your turn, you're going to play all the cards in your hand. You have 3. You have a couple options. You can move. You can hunt and use the abilities on the cards. So let's just go ahead and get started. So this player has 3 cards, plus 3 if you have a human. We don't have any humans yet, so purple will have 7 speed to hunt and or move. All right, so every space you move costs 1. When you end your movement on a space, you can do the special abilities. So the blue one is a well. It will let you take an additional hunt action because normally you can hunt once from the 3 or 2 or 1. The well would let you do a second one from the 1 column only. There's treasure chests. If you're in there, you take the treasure. There's someone to let you digest some of your people under your board to get them out of your deck, because the only way to get humans out of your deck is to digest them. The blood spaces here are going to let you take new missions. The labyrinth up here will let you take will let you hunt for a rose, which is really good. The tavern here will let you hunt for 2 speed. All these cards here and score some points. The goal of the game is to not die, not get burned up when the sun comes out. So basically being on the mountain. Or if everybody dies, whoever makes it the farthest. If everybody makes it back to the castle or the mountain and no one dies, whoever has the most blood, which is points. So they have 7. Let's go ahead. They need 3 to buy, so let's just move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No special action there. They're going to buy one of these cards. They're going to hunt one of these cards. And I think I'm going to hunt this one. So to hunt, it costs 3 speed. So I moved 4. I had 3 left, so I have 3 speed. Then you take the card from a column. You can only hunt 1 card unless you're on a well or have a card to let you do otherwise. Then you get blood based on what this person is. So I hunted Mycroft. Purple will get 2. If you hunt in the plains, you get an extra point. If you hunt in the forest, you get an extra 2 points laid out right there. Then this card will go in to the discard pile along with all the cards you played, normal deck building stuff, and you will flip your character face down. You are resting. Then it'll be blue player's turn. Same thing. So they have 8. So they're going to go ahead and let me move them up here so you can see the cards a little bit better. They have 8. They don't have a human, so that doesn't, special ability doesn't fire. They need 3, so they'll go ahead and move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they will hunt this guy for 3 blood, or 3 speed. He's worth 2 blood, and he goes in the discard pile. All right, and that's the end of round 1. This game takes place over 15 rounds, so it's going to cook, and you have to make your decisions and make them wisely. First thing you're going to do is slide this over to space number 2. Any cards left on the board, slide over 1 space. There can be a ton of cards in section 1. They just keep stacking on top of each other. Then what you're going to do is you're going to reveal 3 new people into the 3 speed. If this was empty, you would add 1 card. Or if there's less than 3, you add 1 card. Then, based on whoever's farthest from the castle, so in this case blue, they get to go first. So they'll draw 3 new cards, which is the rest of their deck. And they have these. So they will have, draw 1 card if you have a human. I don't have a human, but I gain 1 for each human I hunt this turn. All right, so I have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll move 4. That's going to take me to the cemetery. I can take another mission. The easy rules is just pick one. The advanced rules is I can exchange this one if I want to, but I'm just going to take 1. So I'm going to say this one. So I'm going to take 1, gain 1 blood for every human that I have hunted the most of. Then I put this back down. I have 2 left, 2 speed left. I will hunt this little guy right here. He'll actually add some to my speed, which is nice. But I get 1 extra for hunting him. He gives 1, so I get 2 blood. Discarded, done, and resting. Now purple's up. They'll draw their last 3 cards. They have these. Draw 1 card if you have a human. They don't have a human. Gain 1 for each extra, so they have 7. They need 3, so they'll move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're on the well. The well will let you hunt 1 card from the 3 or 2 or 1, but then you can do a second hunt only from the 1. So I can't do that because there's no additional to hunt in 1, so I'm just going to do a card. And I'm going to, oh, they start on 2 actually. And I'm going to take Boris. So Boris costs 3 speed. That's the rest of my speed. Gives me 2 blood. I get 1 extra, so I get 3 blood. Goes, and all these go in my discard pile. All right. Then that's the end of the round. So she's exhausted. Round 3, slide, slide. And then 1, 2, 3. All right, so then these flip. Whoever's farthest from the castle, which is blue, normal deck builder style. You shuffle your cards, draw 3. And I have these cards. So I have Boo, which adds 1 speed, doesn't do anything else bad. And draw 1 card if you have at least 1 human. I have at least 1 human. And now I can gain 1 blood if I hunt. So I have 2, 3, 5, 7 speed. Ooh, all right, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna go 3 from the well. That lets me buy twice, hunt twice. One of them has to be from here. So for my first one, I'm gonna take Ruth, or I'll take her for 3. Then I had 4 speed left, so I have 1 left. I'll take this one. So that will give me 4 blood plus 1 for each human. So I get 6 points. 10. All right. These go into my discard pile. I exhaust my dude. And then it's purple's turn. They'll do the same thing. They will shuffle. Draw 3 cards. They have Mycroft, who doesn't do anything. Plus 3 if you have a human. I do, so this is now worth 3, 4, so I have 7. And I can buy a 2. I don't really want that. So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so when you land on another vampire, you can bump them. I'm going to bump them back. I can buy 2, but I can't because there's nothing in the 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy Ruth. That will be 1 blood. That's all I get is 1 blood. Discard pile. All right, and that's effectively what the game does. So it's going to keep going like this until we reach round 15. So these will slide over still. We'll refill. And then once it hits round 15, you're no longer, you still slide everything over. So if this was round 15, we'd slide everything over. Nothing else comes out. And then we have to try to get back to the castle. If you die out here, if at the end of the round 15, the sun comes out and you're at this space or past, you get burned up because you're a vampire. If you're on one of these that have negative points, you get negative points, but you don't die, so you still stay alive and score your points, a la Clank. But if you make it all the way back to the castle, you'll get the highest amount of points right here, count up all your points, and you win. So the points are the public objectives, your private objectives, which are here, and any cards that you have that would give you an in-game objective. Let me see if I can find one. Probably not now that I'm looking. Like these, they'll have a blood drop down at the bottom. They will score points at the end of the game as well. So that's how the game works. And then if multiple people make it to the castle, whoever has the most points. If everybody gets burned up, it's whoever makes it closest to the castle. And that's how the game plays. One thing I didn't show you, when you take a treasure chest, you get 2 points for taking it, hence the blood. And then it comes out on your board here, and you have the ability of that. They're all laid out in the book. I'm not going to go into them, but they're just ways to give you special abilities and actions and all that kind of thing. And also when you go to the tavern, you'll take the 3 cards and you'll score points just like a normal hunt, and you'll just get the bonuses on, you'll have additional cards for a cheaper amount of the hunt. So that is the Hunger. Let's go to the top, see what they think about it. All right, well, that was the Hunger. So we were at Gen Con. We went just for a day trip for a few hours, and this game really spoke to us. Just came out. It looked awesome. Richard Garfield, deck builder with a board. We love Clank. We thought, hey, let's give this a shot. It was up there in the budget. $50 is my high end of my budget, but it looked good, and it just seemed like it was going to be a solid game. So we blind bought it. We brought it back home, played it a couple times, and it's so good. So this is a deck builder with a board, kind of like Clank, where you're getting cards to move around the board to help you do things, take action, score points, that kind of thing. But in this one, you're limited. There's only 15 turns, and you have 3 cards each time. So you're playing 45, maybe more cards, but you're trying to do the best that you can to score the most points in those 15 rounds by those limited amount of cards that you have, and also trying to make it so the sun doesn't burn you up by the end of the 15th round. So like you saw on the board, on the A side, you don't have to make it all the way back to the castle or the cemetery. But on the B side, if you don't make it to at least the cemetery, you die. So it's much more punishing of trying to make it back to the castle as opposed to, being a little forgiving once you get to the mountain. This game is amazing. I love the art. I think the art is cool. I love the shine on the board. It's kind of shiny, but I think the art is really cool. It's easy to see where everything is on the board. I like that a lot. The rule book, there was a couple pieces I couldn't find. It's really small. It's only like 4 pages, but there was just something that I couldn't find in it, but I did end up finding it, so that's on me. The bits are really amazing. The player pawns are these big discs with the character on top, which I really enjoy. The art on the cards, really solid, like Magic the Gathering-esque, that kind of, but a little more cartoony. Just so much fun. This game is a blast. If you haven't heard of it, go look it up. If you can find it and you like deck builders with a board, definitely pick it up because it is fun, fun, fun. So I'm going to give this a BGM acceptance seal. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we have to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is The Hunger from Richard Garfield and Renegade Games. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.